Hello guys, welcome again to another BTC update. I hope you are doing great today. We are going to jump straight to the charts today and talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is actually still not doing too well. There's still not much of a rally to the upside. If you've been following me on Twitter, you probably know that I have been expecting a type of bumpy situation to happen. I did post that on Twitter that we're gonna get rejected around $45,000. Actually, we got rejected around 44,600. So basically the same level, and now we're basically dropping and still basically consolidating around $41,000. With that said, we're going to go straight to the charts. I'm going to start first with a weekly chart, and I'm going to give you my micro perspective about this week. So first of all, I have this EMA on the chart, which is the 65 EMA. I like this EMA because BTC during the dump here in May never actually closed a weekly candle below this EMA. And this is very important right now for us because, behold, we have 1-2 weeks where BTC always closed the weekly above this EMA. Now this EMA is coming in around $41,800. If BTC manages to close this week above $41,800, so the weekly close by Sunday, then you can expect a small move at the end of or during the end of the month towards 45,000 one more time, around that region one more time. I'm going to explain why I see this, but I think this move will be short-lived. I don't think it will be the rally that I've been talking about on Twitter, or the bull trap, aka the bull trap. And yes, I am saying a bull trap because there are some things on the indicators on the monthly time frames that are very, very worrisome for BTC. Right now, you can expect BTC to reach those low 40s again, those low 40 areas one more time. Your strongest support that you have is this EMA right here, which is the 30 EMA on the weekly time frame, which is coming in around 39.9. So yeah, you can expect that 40 region to be tested, and you can expect to bounce there. Hopefully we close above this 65 weekly EMA. If we don't close above this 65 weekly EMA, what I expect is a similar bounce around the 30 EMA here. Sorry, this is the 75, excuse me. So I expect a similar bounce above the 75 EMA on the weekly time frame, but I don't think the bounce will take us to 45 anymore. I think we will get rejected around 42,500 and potentially head towards $38,000. Yes, I'm saying it right now. If this is the case, it's very important for the weekly close. In my opinion, it's not gonna happen. In my opinion, we will close the weekly above 65 again. But I'm just saying, if we don't, this is the scenario that you should expect. So wait till the end of this week, to the Sunday close, and see where it closes, and then rewatch the video so you can have more clarity about what's happening with BTC. Now, the thing that I do want to talk about, and I talked about in the last video, is the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame right now, even though structurally BTC is great, because I know many bullish TAs that will probably tell you that, okay, we are still holding support, yada yada yada. So yes, macro support is untouched, even if you dip to mid 30s, right? Macro support is untouched still. You're still making higher highs and higher lows, and this is an indicative, or this indicates an uptrend, not a downtrend. So as long as you don't fall below, or you close below $29,000 and make a new lower low, you're still in an uptrend. So macro wise, you're still good. But the only problem with going to 30s and consolidating there is just you're basically entering a bear market, because there's no more new all-time highs anytime soon, and you're basically staying there for an extended period of time, right? So technically speaking, if you stay 6 months consolidating around $30,000, even though the macro is untouched and you're still bullish, but that is a bear market, right? It's a different type of bear market that we're used to. So we're used to like a 4-year bear market or whatever. But it is what it is. History is a little bit different right now. Right now it's a little bit different than history. So history doesn't really need to repeat itself again. We saw history didn't repeat here where it should repeat. And the only problem with right now where we are, so I'm not saying that oh, May is going to happen and we're going to form a new all-time high is because the sentiment is so strong about this. So right here, when we were around 29,000, there were a few people out there that were saying this will go up. But the majority, even many bullish TAs, were saying, okay, be careful for a drop to 24. Like I remember Carl the Moon was shorting at 29. Obviously, he got liquidated. But the whole idea is the sentiment of the market is also very important. So I'm trying to factor that into TA to give me a more clear idea of what's to come. And if you factor that in, and because a lot of people have not a lot of people, but because the whole May scenario is on the cards again, so many people are saying like, oh, if this happened, it can happen again, right? And that bullish sentiment is always going to overturn the bearish sentiment, then that's why I'm slightly hesitant. Plus, your indicators on the monthly time frame are very, very bearish. I mean, your monthly MACD is about to cross bearish right here. During June, these two signal and MACD lines barely crossed, and your stochastic was above 20. So the signal line and the stochastic line never crossed sub 20 during that dump right there. And your RSI was above 50 on the monthly. All of these things are, from a technical standpoint, are bullish, or at least still not bear market yet. You have a weakness in structure, which you obviously formed. You basically formed a double top formation, then you dropped, but it didn't tell you that you are entering a bear market. Now it's a little bit different. Now your MACD and signal line are about to cross bearish on the monthly time frame. Your RSI is sub 50, which historically and from a technical analysis standpoint is a bearish signal. Usually RSI above 50 is bullish, below 50 is bearish. And you have your stochastic, which historically, and you can go to the BLX chart or the Bitcoin all-time history index, and you can check every time BTC enters a bear market, this crosses bearish. I'm gonna just show you so we can do a live thing here. So I'm gonna show you the bear markets, right? This is your bear market, and you can see right there your stochastic entered sub 20, your monthly MACD crossed bearish, and then your stochastic stayed there for a while till your squeeze indicator gave you some type of signal that your bull run is about to start. And believe it or not, even though you have the COVID anomaly, the black swan right there, this is the start of the bull run. You started the bull run here around March 2019. And if you go to 2014 run, is basically a copy paste scenario. So in 2019, you crossed bearish on your stochastic. Let's see the MACD as well. You crossed bearish on the stochastic right there. You had a bull trap basically, right there. But the stochastic already told you that you're in a bearish territory. You had your bull trap, and then when the monthly MACD crossed bearish, you enter a bear market basically. And it's the same all over. Even here, because in 2011 you can see that the stochastic is coming out from sub 20 to above 20. So the bear market was sub 20. So all of these things indicate that a bear market is coming, basically. And right now, this is showing it. And some people are saying, like Crypto Savvy, they're saying that this was the bull trap. I also will agree with this. I think this was the major bull trap that happens, but I think we will have one more trap before a drop because of indicators on the weekly time frame and on the 3-day chart that are showing us a small upside basically for BTC. Plus, price never goes down like this, right? It always up and down, no matter what. Now the weekly and the monthly might seem bearish, but this monthly is made from up and downs, and this up and down will be your basically your bull trap. I still believe mid-February is when the BTC consolidation / downside will be over, and we'll start rally from there. Around that area, mid-Feb, we will start our bull trap. And I still believe, but by the end of this month, we will have a mini trap to around $45,000 to $44,000. But this all depends on the weekly close this week. Sunday is a very, very important day for BTC. I also believe that we are entering a bear market, but the bear market that we are entering is not going to be the same as typical bear markets that we have entered, in my opinion. I think we will consolidate around the 30K region with one potential wick. And a wick, I mean a weekly wick. So I don't think you will close weekly candles below 30 anymore. So similar to this area, you might wick down to around 25 and then bounce after finalizing your bear market. And I also think the time frame will be around 6 months to a year tops. I don't think you will have 4-year bear markets anymore. And that's just my personal opinion. But because the monthly time frame is a lagging indicator, is a lagging time frame, right? Actually, the indicators are not lagging, but the time frame is lagging. So because the time frame is a lagging time frame, anything can happen from now to the end of the month. So I'm going to give you also the invalidations. So, okay, Maze, so how can we get out of this bear market? Well, that's very easy. If you go to the monthly time frame, you have your EMAs here, which are the 5, 10, 20 EMA. Now, these EMAs, the 5 and the 10 and the 20 EMA, are very, very important, even though every other thing is showing us bear market, right? But I'm just gonna, because right now on the monthly time frame, the 20 EMA was always a strong support, always. Well, actually the 18 to be more specific. But yeah, these EMAs show you where BTC closes and where BTC needs to stay in order for us to basically not enter a bear market. Now the only problem is, if you see the June dump here or the May dump, this July consolidation, your monthly time frame, you never had a monthly close below this EMA, which is the 10 EMA on the monthly. So you wicked below it, similar to where we are now. So now we are below the 10 EMA on the monthly, but we still haven't closed the month. So at the end of the month, if this monthly close is near this EMA, which is coming in around $45,000. By near, I mean 45,400, 45,000, 44,800, that area. Then the likelihood of these indicators to flip and to give us a fake out become more possible. But it is still a very low percentage. So around, if you close the monthly next to 45, your percentage of being able to escape this bear market scenario increases by around 10%. So right now, the potential or the probability that we are entering a bear market is around 85% to 90%. And the probability that we will have one more new all-time high is around 10 to 15%. If you close a candle around 45, that probability of 10 to 15 increases to 20 to 25%. Now, if you close a monthly candle around the 5 EMA, the 5 monthly EMA, even above it, the probability of you and continuing the run, basically, or having a new all-time high increases dramatically, even by 20 to 25%. So the probability will be around, let's say, 35 to 45%. And it's still low, right? But it is low because of this. Because of these. So closing a monthly around here will give us around a 45% chance or a 35% chance that the bull run will resume. But the second monthly close is the confirmation close. So if you have another monthly close above this 5 EMA on the monthly, then that 45% becomes 65 to 70%. And then yeah, that's how we're gonna play it. But yeah, that is the invalidation. That's how you potentially escape the bear market. In my opinion, the bear market is just upon us. It's here. I think we'll have one more rally to the upside for a proper bull trap before dropping sub 30s, sub 40s, sorry, to middle of 30s or something around that area. But that's just my opinion. It is not financial advice. It's just the charts and of what I'm seeing. I gave you the scenarios. You can rewatch the video to try to understand the scenarios. But basically, for now, from the micro perspective, weekly close is very, very important this Sunday. And end of the month, the monthly close is very, very important to determine whether we will have a higher chance of continuing the run or entering a bear market. Now, even if we do enter a bear market, I don't want you guys to panic or to be scared, because people get rich in bear markets, not in bull runs. That's where you make the money, accumulating that bear market. So if you see BTC consolidating around 30, it's nice area to start accumulating. But remember, there is always that potential of BTC drop to this high right here around $20,000. So just remember that. I don't see BTC closing sub 30 anymore, especially monthly candles. But again, this is a monthly candle. So a monthly candle is made from 4 weeks. So in these 4 weeks, you can very well test 20, stay there for a while, and then by the end of the month, pump again above 30. So yeah, just remember that you get rich in bear markets, and don't be scared. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're red, this is not financial advice, but if your bags are red, just huddle for a few years. Don't sell it at a loss. It's not even worth it. And if you're not red, if you're green, start to take some profits here and there, especially with that bull trap that's going to come, in my opinion, around mid-February. Now, what about the daily time frames, like the macro or the micro time frames, like the 4 hour and so? Let's see. Let's check them, because this is a live analysis, by the way. I'm recording it, yeah, but it's live. I didn't even check out the charts. So let me see this. Yeah, so we are bouncing at support. As you can see, this is support, but you know what it is. If we're gonna close the weekly, so you can expect that 40,500 region to be tested again. Nice bounce here. If it does fail, 40,000, and then expect another run to the upside, a rejection around the white trend line right here. If we do go there, I don't think, especially if it's weekly close. So if you're Sunday, you're here around that area, I think this will act as a rejection area, and then you potentially might drop to $38,000, and then would be probably very bad. Sorry. Last thing I want to talk about before I go is the S&P 500, because there's some talk about the S&P that is losing structure. Well, it's expected. It is what it is. Let's see. Okay, so structurally, it still hasn't formed a lower low. It's still okay. Now, wait, hold up. Let me see if I can get a better chart. Okay, I cannot. So anyways, let me just check the weekly time frame. It's the one that's going to tell me whether we're going to crash or not. So we have a bearish divergence on the weekly time frame for the S&P. You can see price going up on the weekly, but the momentum indicator going down and more down and more down. So it's just a matter of time before this crashes, and this is what a crash looks like, by the way, if you don't know. This is what a market crash looks like, a stock market crash, around the 35 to 20% drop. So very, very likely for the S&P 500, it's reaching its last leg up, basically. 3-day also showing it, and the daily, let's see. I don't know. The daily isn't really showing the crash yet. So I think the crash will happen. If I had to take a guess, let's see, I would say around, let's say, yeah, around June, May, June. That's what I think. I think that's when the crash will happen for the S&P 500. And I think it will be in confluence with the BTC bull trap, because I think BTC will pump, will have a nice rally for around a month or two, around mid-Feb, and by the time that rally is over, will be around mid-April or end of April, which is beginning of May, basically, and that's when I think the S&P 500 crashing, and I think it will take down BTC with it. So just be careful with that. That is it for today, guys. One last thing that I'm going to talk about is that I will be spending more time posting more YouTube videos. We're going to be talking more about ETH as well. I might have a YouTube video about ETH coming up, and about favorite altcoins. So if you have any favorite altcoin that you'd like me to analyze, just place it in the description below, and I'll try my best to analyze it and to give you my proper analysis for it. Even though from my Discord members, the analysis that I give for the altcoins are very accurate, so I'm happy with that as well. I don't really do alts, but I'm gonna start doing them just as I grow and I make this channel grow as well. So please like, please share, please subscribe, please follow me on Twitter. If you don't, the link is in the description below. And if you want to inquire about my private Discord group, my private paid Discord group, my Telegram link is also in the description below. You can message me there and I'll try my best to reply. Thank you again for everything. I hope you enjoy your weeks, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye, guys.